Good evening and welcome to Correro, your trusted platform for dissecting politics and policies shaping our nation. My name is Godwin Sunday. Tonight, we turn the spotlight on Edo State, where the administration of Governor Okpebholo has been drawing attention with its reform agenda. From public service restructuring to efforts in agriculture, education, and infrastructure, the governor has promised to steer education and also other infrastructural development in Edo State towards sustainable development. But as always, the big question is how much of this reform is translating into real impact for the people on ground? Well, for citizens, reforms are not about press statements. They are about whether schools are functioning better, whether health centers are accessible, whether roads are motorable, and whether young people can find jobs. In a state with Edo's rich historic and potential, expectations are understandably high in all regards. So tonight, we ask, are the reforms under Governor Okpebholo laying a solid foundation for Edo's growth, or are they falling short of their promises? Well, joining us to talk about all of this and unpack this is High Chief Comrade Aruna Brahimo, and he'll be helping us put all of these issues in perspective tonight. Well, at this point, we'll take a short break, and when we return, the conversation will begin after this break. Please go nowhere as we are just starting. Welcome back. Well, I'm being joined right now by I Chief Aruna Brahimo. You're welcome to Kurero.
Thank you very much, Sunday. It's my pleasure.
Well, I Chief, it's a delight to have you join me on this Kurero tonight.
Absolutely my pleasure.
All right, so let's even delve into the conversation by looking first at Governor Okpebholo's reforms.
Yeah.
A lot of people will argue that first, these reforms are merely political statements, and these reforms are also a kind of political branding that we've seen so far in Edo State. But then, how can we move away from all of this? And what can you tell us about these all reforms? Is it just a political branding? Is it a real change that the people of Edo should expect? Or this is another ideological philosophy that tend to differ from current realities?
Yeah, the best way to test the governance of leadership is actually from the reactions of the people that are being governed. I mean, the masses, not necessarily opinions of political jobbers and opinions of political opposition, because in Nigeria, we rather have a fault-finding opposition. So, but the best way to evaluate the reality of governance under any political leadership is to engage or see the reaction from the people. If you watch the news today, even just today, or since yesterday, it's been going around inspecting projects across Benin City, just within Benin City, where you have like 3 to 4 local governments. And you see the massive followership, the appreciation, the thank you, Mr. Governor, the songs that have been sung for him from Sapler Road to Upper Mission Extension to Palace Road in Upper Mission to Ute to from Teboga to Ugbowo Road, every site where a project is going on, and stopping at Ramat Park. Yesterday started from the Federal Road, the Benin Sapler Road, that has been in total squalor for almost 10 years because Obaseki, the former governor, made a signboard and placed it on it that this road belongs to federal government, that those people should bear with him. And since it's a federal road, they cannot do it. And in February this year, to be precise, 7th of February 2025, the governor went to plead with the president to instruct the Minister of Works to let them have an understanding to take over the reconstruction of the road with concrete construction, you know, which has been ongoing. By June, he visited. The contractor on the road was going on a slow pace, and the contract was terminated and re-awarded. And rapidly, the whole road is going on a more than 28-kilometer stretch. I'm talking from the Benin, the Sapler Road, Benin axis of it, and I also learned the Delta axis of it is also being undertaken by the Delta State government. Though there's going to be reform, but it tells you how the feelings of the people, how a governor is so empathetic in realizing that you don't need to abandon a road owing to the fact that it's a federal road. Do you understand? You look at people that are staying there are not federal people. They are Nigerians, they are Edolites. You understand? So when you see this instant reaction from people when it goes to visit a project site, it's a testament. These are testamentary evidences that for the first time, practical governance is being felt in Edo State. But let me come back to the general topic, talking about reforms generally. When the government came in power in November 11, 2024, by November it will be 1 year. I hope I'll be able to come maybe before or during to actually extray to its 1 year in office activities. When it came into power, it came up with an agenda. It's not just reform, it's beyond reforms. The reforms is not in theory. He's talking about practical, the shine agenda. When he talk about, because Edo was a no-go area for courtesy, kidnapping, you know, a whole lot was going on in security. The shine agenda, S was for the security, you know. He talks about the health sector because a healthy populace is a productive populace. Any population that is not healthy cannot be productive economically. So he had that at the back of his mind because a situation whereby in rural areas, most of the rural area will not have health centers. And during campaigns, he was visiting this area, seeing what they needed. So the Shine agenda was in place, touching agriculture, education, and infrastructure, information, digital economy, and what have you. And it's sector by sector has been engraved in this Shine agenda, is be touching it practically. Let's start from the education aspect. Immediately he came into power, he declared that he's going to embark on reconstruction of 100 schools across primary and secondary school in the 18 local government of Edo State. That was his promise in his 100 days in office. He started it. As we speak today, 68 schools have been delivered across, you know. He revisited the Edo-based fiasco, the crisis infested Edo-based program of the former administration that got $75 million, and there was nothing to show for it beyond recruiting about how many thousands of teachers across the state. I was paying them 39,000 naira as contract staff. He revisited the program. He redirected the program. And he said, how can you reform education with iPad, without roofs, without school buildings, without school infrastructure? Education infrastructure is as important as the curriculum of the school. Where are you going to teach with a branded, well-enclaved iPad in your hand as a recruited teacher, but no classroom for you to teach? Or with a classroom, there are no seats for the children to sit. How are you going to teach?
Well.
You visited from that angle.
I chief, before you get to that Shine project.
I'm coming.
No, before you get to the Shine project.
You're talking about reforms.
No, you're talking about reforms.
Yeah, and
let's not get to that reform part. Let's not get to the sectors part of it. But then, a lot of people from Edo State will say that at least in terms of IGRO, Edo State has dropped by 20%.
I think
even based on the reforms.
That is talking about
3,000 persons. 2,000 were employed initially. Right now we have 1,000 persons that are also being inducted into the system based on the Edu Star, not the Edu Prep. Let's get to the Edu Prep. Let's get to that point. 20%.
You started from.
Yes, let's talk about.
You started. No.
All right, please go ahead.
You started from the IGRO.
Yes.
You are
20%. Yes, 20%.
Excuse me.
As
you are. Yes. Verifiable.
Yes.
Don't.
It does say that has dropped in IGRO 20%.
No.
You want to quickly react? No. By my records, I have that. I have a record that says that 20% of Edo IGR has dropped, and also we have about 3,000 people have been employed in the space of 3 months by Edo State government. In all of this regard, you want to quickly look at this and tell us that Edo State right now, is this not a mispriority of the governor of the day, speaking of the person of Monday, Okpebholo, in employing and recruiting 3,000 people? How does this align with the vision of the state, going with the little resources that the state have right now?
All right.
Can we say at this point that Edo State is making any positive drive?
Sunday, you stand to be correct. I'm correcting you right on air.
Yeah.
You can. You verify this. You have you have access to the internet, and I can also give you further information after the program. When Edo State, where this government came into being in last year, the highest IGRO of Edo State under former governor Obaseki was 9 point something.
And it dropped.
Excuse me.
I'm working with statistics from.
Excuse me.
Please go ahead.
That figure has not dropped. Rather,
please go ahead.
Increased. Edo State has had 13 billion from 9 billion. You are telling me it has dropped? What is your definition of dropped? That's why I said some of the media outlets should learn to get. We have the Freedom of Information Bill, of Freedom of Information Acts. Edo State has had rapid increase in IGRO. You can access information on the Edo website, Edo State government, on IGRO. You have the Edo State Inland Revenue Service Board. You can access information online.
That's controlled by the government.
What the information you are talking is controlling it. Did you cook it? So I'm telling you what is the information that is correct. You are saying as controlled by the government. You are spilling out the information that is controlled by your position.
I'm just curious because this is unpopular. All right, please go ahead.
You are relying on the wrong information to pass judgment, and that is fallacy of verification. And you are committing an error of misplaced correctness. Right?
Well, let's go
back
with.
To what
Okay, please. You want to go ahead, please?
Has increased. As against what you believe or what you are made to see or hear, the IGR of Edo State has increased from 9 billion rapidly to 13 billion.
By employment of 3,000 persons.
No, I'm coming to
by employment of 3,000 persons into. No, you just comment about. Yes, we're looking at the IGR. Okay, please go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The highest total, both federal allocation and IGR of the past administration was less than 11 billion
with consultants in place
every month of the former administration.
Yes.
Right now we know what we are talking about. The money that is coming to states now is unprecedented as a result of the reforms of even the federal government.
When you say this, I'm curious to ask at this point,
yes,
what is the government doing differently? Edo State government doing differently from what Governor Obaseki has done? Because people from it, we carried out a sample survey in Edo State, and most people will say right now that insecurity has become the order of the day, coupled with the dropping of your IGR in Edo State.
You want to react? IGR because
yes,
you are misleading. This is misleading information.
I'm not misleading. That's why I have you to clarify me on this particular issue.
I've clarified you that yes, IGR has rather increased.
And insecurity.
Insecurity is abating as we speak. Do you know that people could not come for inauguration last year because of insecurity? Was Okpebholo the governor?
Was he inaugurated?
That's what I'm saying. During inauguration,
yes,
a lot of persons, dignitaries, owing to the insecurity that existed last year before his inauguration, they could not. Let me remind you, Was Okpebholo the governor when the train station in Uromi was attacked and people carted away?
But it was not the governor when Uromi was also attacked the second time by so-called herdsmen or some person. You said we have it on public record that let's take that also to be. It is a public record. It's a public record. It's a public record that Uromi also was also. Yes, you were saying Uromi when the people lose their life or people survived.
No.
Let's get that clear. The people lose their life. The people lose their life in Uromi.
No.
The people lose. No, let's get this and put in perspective. The people lose their life in Uromi or the people survive.
When?
Well, you have it on record that we have it in 10 months in the governor's office. You have an attack in Uromi and
in 10 months in governor's office.
Was it on public record? Was it on public record? Well, let's not go back. Let's take it because we are currently on governor. We are currently right now on governor Okpebholo's administration. Okay, so put us on the right track. Let's get you.
I started from education, you did not allow it to flow.
Yes.
You enter IGR, I was correcting you, did not allow it to flow.
Let's allow it to. Okay, so probably want to start from education. Let's allow you to talk from education. Let's take it from there.
For the first time,
yes,
in the last 10 years, we are having rapid remodeling of schools across the 18 local
disciplinary committees are put on.
No, I said remodeling of schools.
Okay, please go ahead.
Infrastructure, 68 schools delivered within 8 months, and more are being awarded. From Okpebholo to Agenebode to the Uromi, Irua, Ile, Ekpoma, across up to Umode, the Bagrammar school is in Umode, phase 1 and phase 2. But Iyayi, one of the richest people in Benin, the school was named after him. Those schools were abandoned for more than 20 years now. They are being remodeled right now. Do you want to talk of the Ibaraka secondary school that was shown on television? Where hoodlums have taken, they turned the school compound to a refuse dump. And the school, if I show you the video of the school now, you will not even recognize the school. 68 of such remodeled schools have been delivered in Edo State within 8 months. And the curriculum of the Edo-based curriculum that was not in agreement with the UBEC standard, owing to the inefficiency of the consultant that handled it. We cut off the consultant and work with the federal government, UBEC to UBEC, state and federal government. And the curriculum has been refused. And under the Edo Stars that you mentioned, more than 3,000 teachers were recruited by Obaseki, and he placed them on contracts. Can you be on contract in this establishment and be paid in this modern economy? You are being paid 39,000.
And that's what the Miangra stipends that Edo State make, and they have to absorb the Edu Star teachers. They have to absorb 1,000 teachers into the system. 1,000 teachers into the system, and also cleaners into the system. Can Edo State sustain all of this?
Mr. Sunday,
yes.
I think you guys in the media sector also need a refresher about governance.
All right.
What does it tell you? You are using a consultant, outsourcing. You are paying a consultant 150,000 per teacher, but the consultant is paying the teacher 39,000. And Okpebholo is coming back to say, I'm taking you in as a civil servant to be any minimum wage. You are paying a consultant to recruit cleaners.
What is the due process for all of this?
What is the due process?
Yes.
For recruitment?
Yes.
Of course, there are due process for it. Every respective agency that is consigned. You follow the laws of recruitment. There are recruitment laws. What has it done wrong? By converting contract staff, the clearing officers in government.
Let's go by the mathematics of. Let's go by the mathematics of. Let's go by the mathematics. Let's go by the mathematics of this.
Collecting 100,000 naira.
Archie Braimo, Archie Aruna Braimo. Let's go by the statistics of all of this. Let's go by statistics of all of this. Yes.
The difference between Okpebholo,
yes,
and every other leader that has ruled Edo State, is fiscal prudence. That is why you are shocked that.
No, I'm not really shocked. I'm just curious. As a journalist, my job is to put out the information out there for Nigerians to be able to make informed decisions, just to set the record straight. I'm not really.
Mr. Sunday,
yeah, we can go ahead.
Sector to sector.
Yes.
We'll
come back to the sector reforms.
Yes. Does not have money to construct a federal road because the road belongs to federal government. Another governor has come now. If he has not paid, the road construction would not have been going on. For the first time, we are having a flyover. There's flyover in your state where you come from. Benin City, that is a city that is as old as more than 2,000 years. Benin City predates Nigeria as a country. Yet Benin City does not have a flyover. And when the governor was awarded that contract in December, we said, where is he going to have this kind of money? Prudent resource management is one of the key qualities. It's one of the perquisites of leadership. And Okpebholo has it. And today, as we speak, today it was at that site. All the beams are standing, everything is being fixed. They are going to deliver before the 18 months. They said 14 months instead of 18 months. They are delivering on time.
Well,
as we speak, he's taking it to local government, local government.
Well, so based on my fact that I have before me here.
Don't call it facts.
Like, I have a fact that I've done a research on this and I have my total facts.
I engaged with you. I said
yes,
you should create a day on a sponsorship. The sponsorship will be on me. That is the best way of getting facts.
Well, I have my fact with me.
Visit this site.
Well, I have my fact with me.
You will still, because you are a journalist.
Yes.
You have to provoke thinking. You have to provoke. You have to ask questions that are thought-provoking. But in the same vein, you have to learn to see and say, yes, actually, things are going on. Just 3 days ago, or last week, he approved 4.9 billion.
And also 3 days ago, you also approved 250 million euro. You also approved $250 million
Euro
CCI project. We can't say that is a lie,
no, it's a
because
lie.
it is on the public domain, and we've not heard members of the All Progressive Congress coming out to disprove this fact that the government came out to commission an invisible project.
To be frank,
$250 million project.
Stop spreading.
I am not spreading, but then we are $250 million Euro CCI project.
Which project?
Well, he said, according to what we have on our report from various media houses. Well, the Punch newspaper is an authority to this, and they said that these are willing investors. Well, I'm not going to open it because I've read through it. They said in the Punch newspaper, Tribune newspaper, which stands as an authority in this conversation, and they've said far that this Euro-centric CCI are willing to come into. Hold on. Can you hold on? That this organization, that Okpebholo came out to even address the public, and also promised that they were going to give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a substantial. Hold on. Let me land. Can I land? The problem is, in the all of this, I've been following up on this report so far. No member of the All Progressive Congress have come out.
What have you said?
Because
I'm here now.
in order to, is this project verifiable?
What are you saying?
In all of this, is this company, this organization, European $250 million? Is the company or the organization that is willing to give a dose state?
Okay, now, the organization, not Okpebholo.
Let's take, of course, he was there.
You said Okpebholo approved $250 million.
He consented to it.
Approve what?
So he consented to this. He consented to all of this. He consented because he was there in the meeting. I think, let me clarify the concept. Let me clarify the concept.
Clarify it.
Perhaps you want me to do a clarification of concept in terms of. Let me clarify the concept. Okay, so you want to lead us through to all of this? Please go ahead.
Yes,
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
You don't know it.
All right, please go ahead.
If he didn't dare, he didn't dare.
He didn't dare. Let's go ahead on this.
First of all, I will take you back to what you don't want me to say.
In the $250 million project.
No, 4.6 billion was what I mentioned first.
All right.
The 4.6 billion was for the same payment of workers that were sacked, unduly sacked. They protested severally by Obaseki.
I watched it.
All right.
Yes, I followed that report.
Was it fair?
No.
That you took over. You want to do. You want to cut Edo College of Education. You took one to Igboreaki. You left the other one in towards Ovja, the other local government. You sack the workers for whatever reason. You are bringing consultant, you sack. Anywhere you are bringing consultant, you sack the existing worker. These are civil servants. Under the civil service rule, they are entitled to gratuity pension, especially when they are unduly relieved. Can you be unduly relieved of your employment even in this organization and you will keep quiet? And for years, they've not been paid. They protested so many times from Agenebode. Agenebode is in Esako East.
Yeah, I followed that report. I followed the report.
College of Agriculture, Igboreaki. College of Education, Ekiadolo. Just like that, you sack all workers across unduly because of your reforms that you want to do. Nobody's against your reform. If you feel you want to retrench, they settle them. They are severance package. Every laborer is entitled to his reward. You cannot deny a laborer his entitlement. The same Okpebholo is carrying all this body now, created by the past, and government is continuum. It does not need to complain. But you people not letting us to say it is where we will have issues. Because now the 4.6 billion is not being paid to APC. It's not a political payment. These workers in thousands, they are going to be settled. Do you know what that means to their family? That is going to affect their own family economy, circular flow of income. Do you know what that one means to investment in the economy? They will be, their purchasing power has been empowered now. The same man, you're talking of, remember the program says starting from masses. When you are pro-masses, forget about whatever political jobbers are saying. Concentrate on delivery to the masses. The same man had meeting with market women across the states and gave them grant, non-interest of 1 billion. Have you confirmed that it was given to APC or PDP or whatever? No, to the market women. The same man, for the first time since my adult life till now, I never benefited even when I went to school, bursary in Edo State. The same man granted another 1 billion for bursary allowance for students that are from Edo State origin. Even though you are going to school in Kano, as far as you have Edo State origin, your certificate of birth read Edo State, you are entitled to bursary from Edo State. The same man, talking about the same education reform, Ekpoma, Abu Salih University, a complete university, was receiving subvention, recurrent subvention from state government of less than 50 million from the former administration. And you expect the lecturers in that school not to collect blocking and bribe? Okpebholo came and increased it to 500 million. As we speak, it just approved and they started construction 600-bed hostel for students to ease the accommodation problem. All this are happening. It's shocking to you guys and other people.
Well, it's not necessarily to when you say you guys, when you say it's shocking to you guys, it makes it look as if I'm a beneficiary. It makes it look as if I'm a beneficiary of the. I'm not a beneficiary of the Monday of Okpebholo's administration. Rather, my job as a journalist is to ensure that I bring in, I ensure that my job as a journalist, my job is to ensure that the people, maybe watching me right now can make informed decision by what you're saying, and that is what I'm set out to do, because I won't want to go that route with you to say that at this point in time that I am set out. Okay, so let's just set the record straight. So, but then based on my research,
every program,
based on my research, you are saying that at this point in time.
Let me go back to the 250 million.
All right, let me allow you go back, because we are coming back to even the state of hard-working Edo people complaining of the level of insecurity. Then they have more people having sleepless nights. More people are also having agberos on the streets. We'll come back. So let me get you react to this before we get back to that conversation.
$250 million.
Yes.
The misleading narrative.
All right.
That is being orchestrated. Even the YouTuber or the guy that made a video, I was saying all sorts of things. It's unfortunate that we in Nigeria, if we want to bring something down, we embark on deliberate ignorance.
So you're saying it's not true? It's not correct?
That's why I use the word deliberate ignorance. We know that we are not ignorant of this. There was nowhere that Edo State government approved $250 million. A partnership. All the MOUs signed by the former administration were other PPP, public-private partnership or whatever, of which all of them, no one came to reality. More than 60 MOU. They went to Malaysia, that they were bringing University of Malaysia to a...
And this is a continuum?
No.
This one is a continuum?
No, because Edo State is not committing one naira.
All right.
Edo State had a program, there was a diaspora program that Okpebholo attended. Diaspora Summit, Investment Summit. You know, Edo people are everywhere in the world. They had a Diaspora Investment Summit, and Okpebholo was a guest of honor with his team. In that summit, they had Europe, African Chambers of Commerce and Industry. The representative spoke to Okpebholo after Okpebholo was able to reel out his programs, just like as I'm telling Nigerians now what he has been doing. And the people promised that they are going to influence possible investors from across Europe and Africa. Remember, Europe, Africa Chambers of Commerce and Industry. They are not a platform that comes to bring investments. We have the LCC, Lagos State Chambers of Commerce and Industry.
SCCI.
Exactly.
SCCI. Yeah.
Exactly. Their own is to convince investors anywhere that we are sure that Lagos is safe for you to come and bring your investment. They serve as a guarantee for investors. Why the Edo State government become a guarantee on government side by saying and providing and creating an enabling environment. They now said in the next 3 to 6 years or 5 years, they are sure across mining and agricultural sector, they would have been able to convince or influence investors across Europe and Africa under their organization or association of chambers of commerce that will invest up to $250 million. That was it. And that was what the SSG, Musa Ihilo, Esquire, addressed the press with. We have the press statement. I will still forward it to you after the program. There was nowhere they said Okpebholo approved $250 million. There was nowhere the Europe, Africa Chambers of Commerce said they are investing $250 million. So Okpebholo only addressed the press that is during his time outside Nigeria. He attended the Diaspora Edo Investment Diaspora Forum, where people promised, under the auspices of the name I just mentioned, Europe, African Chambers of Commerce, they promised to influence investment to Edo State across different sectors of agriculture, tourism, and mining. In the next 3 to 5 years, that will be up to $250 million. And that was what the report stated. And that was what the press statement stated. How Nigeria and the likes of Arise TV took issues out of context. The next people begin to, how do you, somebody in a program, in an investment forum, picking up a microphone and said, Governor, from what you have explained to us, we are happy. I'm a XYZ human being representing with my social persons here, representing an association. Our association will be able in the next so years influence
other people. Did the governor attend you hear what I just said? Did the governor at any point was accommodated these people in Edo State to have a meeting with them?
No, that's what I'm saying. That they have not even. I said this thing happened in Glasgow.
Yes,
it's not even in Nigeria. They said it, and he left the SSG behind and came back to Edo State. That he should follow up with those people to get whatever contact, whatever they need to do. Do you understand? So somebody, if you promising me that I chief, then this is your business, I will be able to influence 1 or 2 persons to come and invest with you. Does that mean you are the one investing with me? Does that mean I've approved social money for such investment? Does the state government, they just said in 3 areas of agriculture, mining, and possibly tourism. Have they come to Nigeria with the investors to say, okay, let us go and check these areas, let us evaluate whatever is going on and all?
All right, Chief. Let's talk. Chief. I haven't clarified that. I haven't clarified that particular information. Let's talk about the Edo Star program.
Yes.
And the Edo Prep reforms by the governor. We understand that the governor has been able to do a lot of things in terms of civil service reforms, which some people in Edo State will say that it is completely irrelevant. Talking about the civil service anthem, talking about the civil service dress code, and all of this program. People will say that it is irrelevant, but then let's talk about all of this. The governor's reforms in Edo State, will it translate into improving the life?
We have Sunday. We have passed the level of will it.
Well, we are asking at this point because the average Edolite,
yeah,
is still.
I'm an average Edolite.
Well, you are an elite within the Edo State.
I'm an average Edolite.
Well, let's take it back to the grassroots in Edo State. Where the average Edolite will say at this point in time that they have not been able to feel the impact. They are being maligned. They are being also attacked by a lot of task force that were banned by previous administration, but right now rejuvenated by the Okpebholo administration at this point. That's why I have you here to clarify. That's why I have you here to clarify us. That's why I have you here to clarify us on this issue. That's why I have you here to clarify us on this issue. What is your general take on this issue?
First of all,
yes,
the impact that is being felt, the woman that is collecting 200,000 naira grants, that have not maybe a peasant market woman that is now having access to 200,000 naira grant from government, which she has never experienced in her life, as far as this Fourth Republic democracy is concerned, since 1999. That woman will not be among those that you say you researched and said he or she has not felt.
So you feel that woman is not feeling the brunt of the punishment by being instituted by the Monday Okpebholo administration, because that is what it seems right now by the majority of people that we even carry out the research on in Edo State.
Instituted punishment.
Yes.
That is another error.
All right, please go ahead.
Because he has not made his reforms and not reforms that are saying you should give me for you to benefit this. Rather, he's managing the resources well by giving you, by letting you know, the poor woman that was earning 25,000 naira a month as a clerical officer in government house. Meanwhile, the agency that recruited her or him, the consultants that the former administration brought from Lagos, was collecting 100,000 on his or her head, but paying the woman 25,000 naira. Now, the reverse is the case. Okpebholo has absorbed you now. You are entitled to gratuity. You are entitled to pension. You have access to health care under NHIS. You are enrolling now. You are being paid minimum wage. With that woman or man, from
you mean that you're talking about the Edu Star and also the healthcare program, by the absorption of
the governor.
You are saying you are talking about all of this, but then I've carried out my personal research on all of this.
I don't know, because the last time we spoke, you said you will let me know when you want to do this research, and I even said I'm going to sponsor you or I'll be part of your sponsorship. I know your organization is capable. At least I would have provided accommodation across the different local governments. So you went to go and get your information from obscure places. Back to what I was talking about. These people will not buy this idea, this well-orchestrated media onslaught on the governor, that they are not feeling the impact. The 5,000 Edo Star jobs that he recruited and was paying 39,000 naira for 4 years. And the governor is now turning them. Do you know what a graduate will be earning now? Graduate will now be on level 8, on entry level. That is almost 150 to 200,000 naira as a teacher for 39,000. Are you telling me that teacher in my village in South Ibie, Isako West local government, that teacher in Uronigbe in Oriomo local government, that teacher in Eho, in Humode local government, that teacher in Ile, in Esa West local government, that teacher in Urohi, in Esa South East local, Esa North East local government, that teacher in Ubiaja, in Esa South North East local government, that teacher in Igwebe, that teacher in Abudu, that teacher in Oriomo or Okada. We now said he has not.
You've exempted Onwa East and West in this conversation.
Exactly.
All right.
That teacher in Onwa East, in Sobe, that teacher in Afuze, that teacher in Ipeshi, in Igara, in Ibilo. With that teacher now said he or she has not fed the positive impacts. Where from 39,000 is any more than 150 to 200,000 naira. That is what impact of governance is. That woman that is now having roads in Ugeda, Satibe, 6 itinerary road is going on there in the Satibe community, opening the rural area for agricultural produce. You cannot carry your farm produce from your farm because we are facing square issues of poor infrastructure that is affecting agriculture and now the
unemployment. We're talking insecurity, unemployment, and infrastructural backwardness.
Exactly. And yes. Now have a government for the first time, for the at least the permanent secretary, Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Peter Osage, said in a program, he was not recruited by Okpebholo. He was appointed as permanent secretary by Obaseki. Yet Okpebholo retained all of them. He said in a program, I'm quoting him, a permanent secretary in a ministry, that for the 8 years of the former administration, they never had a tractor in the Ministry of Agriculture. A single tractor. Right now, Okpebholo has taken delivery of more than 27. With bulldozers, state-owned bulldozers, low-bed truck for earthwork. Edo State Waste Management Agency was contracted. Every month we were spending more than 40-something million.
So you think at this point
that you think
at this point that the Godwin Obaseki administration
these are the reforms
as erred in some of the reforms, because we're talking about Okpebholo's administration, but then some of the Godwin Obaseki's administration was also profitable to the people of Edo State for 8 years. But are we saying at this point in time that the government administration of Godwin Obaseki erred in his administrative reforms?
Yes, because his administration started and ended with MOU. Let me point to you.
All right.
You signed MOU for International Airport in Auchi. Yes. You brought Federal Ministry of Aviation, blah, 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 blah. Choose a site. You told us within how many days the airport will be there. That site has resulted to gully erosion now in that area, destroying communities. You signed MOU to bring a seaport in Gelegele Seaport. That one is June 12th for gun issue. You signed MOU that you are going to connect Okpebholo to Gelegele to be moving cement for railway, to connect Boa Cement in Okpebholo to Benin. There's not even, they did not even do any marking of land or whatever. You signed MOU for dry port reform, for dry port to be built in Okpebholo local government. You saw the Osiomo MOU, what it led to now. That the governor had to discover that we are paying between 380 to 400 million every month to Osiomo Power. Without billing, without meter. They never metered any Edo government agency. So how do you read? You use your step-down station that is supplied both the government and Edo people. You read the total and push the bill to Edo State government. And Okpebholo simply said the Edo State Electricity Agency should meter each agency of government to know what we actually consume. Automatically, the money dropped to 200 million. From there, they started renegotiating. Meanwhile, we also discovered that they were overcharging 280-something naira per kilowatt. They negotiated, and they brought it to 199. From 200 million, we went back and discovered that if we are giving this because to encourage, as private sector, to encourage the Obaseki broke away from a Benin electricity distribution company. And the Benin electricity distribution company said, we can give you the same value on band A, and you are paying 46 million. So what you are paying 380 to 400 million for, Okpebholo is now paying 46 million for it. You see what I talk of fiscal prudency? Truth is bitter, but we have to say it. And you now turn around to blackmail through the same media.
We did not blackmail. When you say the media are blackmailing, let's set the record straight. These are my sister colleagues. These are my sister colleagues. Let's say.
You know what they said?
Yeah, please go ahead.
They addressed the media that Okpebholo is chasing investors from Edo State. Okpebholo cut away from Osiomo in January. His Excellency Governor Monday Okpebholo cut away from Osiomo, Edo State government, not even Okpebholo. Edo State government cut away from Osiomo in January. And Osiomo went off September 1st. How come that the state government that disengaged the arrangement with you in January is now responsible for the offering of your transformer or your plants? That was when Edo State government have to now come out. That this was the agreement, the MOU. The MOU did not involve us, but yet Edo State money was invested. You use Edo State money to go and shop for JV for a private company. Who is owned by your friend? Excuse me, Chief, I
wish we have. Well, I wish.
Look at all these things.
I wish we have a lot of time to delve into all of this conversation, because I've been told that I'm going to bring you back on air to look into all of this again.
Exactly. Well, for the first time,
because our time is fast spent.
We're having it good.
Well,
we've never had it good.
You are saying that we are having it good, but the vast majority of Edo,
who are the vast majority?
The vast majority are saying that.
Of the opposition.
Well, not opposition per se, because the opposition does not form the majority of Edo life.
Majority. We don't have election.
Well,
we had election in August. You saw the vast majority. Well, it was like a referendum. They have to vote for the senatorial district where the governor comes from.
Chief, at this point in time,
150,000 votes.
I want to at this point in time say that we will definitely bring you back for this conversation, because we are at this point we are scratching the surface of this conversation. We've not even delved deeper, because a lot of let's not say 8 years, because it will depend on the people to decide.
That's what I'm saying. The good work of his 4 years.
Rapid TV begin to charge APC in those states for free publicity.
I will drop my invoice for some of the information.
For Rapid TV to ask Edo State government to begin to pay us for all of this free publicity.
But I'm giving you a lot of even when I live here, I'm going to supply Rapid TV. I'm going to your website. We need a lot of information beyond Edo State, even nationally.
One thing we would do at this point in time is to also tell Governor Monday Okpebholo that at this point, I know he's listening to us at this point, so please, we need give us an approval to get a Rapid TV correspondent in your government.
I'm going to speak with the chief press secretary.
All right, so let's get a Rapid TV correspondent in your administration, so that we can get the records straight, because what we're having right now and research we're doing right now, and also put all of this together, it doesn't tally. But then thank you so much for being a part of the show.
There are a lot of errors.
You will definitely take us to that Edo State, so that we can also find out things from you and in Edo State, because I think I'm not satisfied.
A lot of information every day.
Well,
every day your WhatsApp group.
Not just you. Edo State owes a lot of information in this regard.
When I speak, I'm an Edolite. I'm an APC stalwart.
And
I'm a lover of Okpebholo.
All right.
He's loyalist. So whatever I'm telling you is the truth that can be verified.
All right. Chief, at this point, I want to say thank you so much for finding out time to be with us here.
Thank you, always my pleasure.
On Correro. Well, viewers, this is how far we can go tonight on this conversation, looking at the Edo State reforms in general. Well, this is just the half part of the conversation. We promise to bring you High Chief, also Aruna, to be on this show to also bring us details on some of these informations that we are trying to also x-ray
in this conversation. Don't forget that you can join the conversation on our various social media handle currently showing on your screen. And you can also download the Rapid TV app on your various iOS and Android devices to also keep track of our broadcast. My name is Godwin Sunday. Till I come your way again, always remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.